Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Actually, it's almost noon. Hi, everyone. Terry here. I wanted to talk about stages of consciousness. I've been doing a lot of deep soul working, soul reaching, soul looking. And one of the first stages of consciousness is victim consciousness. Victim consciousness keeps us from showing up as who we are. It kind of feels like even sometimes a quiet desperation. But we all have circumstances in life. We all have things that we can allow ourselves to feel victim to. I know I have, but I also know that these are where my biggest lessons in life come from. This is where I am allowing myself to grow. So, finding that ability to recognize your light will help you to shine on that darkness, those shadows, that victim energy. We all can feel it. There's been many circumstances. Moving to New York at an early age, getting raped, finding the wrong people, finding coming back here to Birmingham, back and forth, up and down. All these things that happen to us can either keep us down, keep us hidden, or it can allow us to talk about it, to feel that vulnerability for growth in our life. Yes, I have had those hard circumstances, but here I am surviving, putting my work out there. And sometimes for me, because of those limited beliefs from being a victim to life, I feel like I can't be visible. I have to hide. I can't really get out there. I don't even sometimes trust the messages that I bring in from humanity, yet I know I can do this. But it is because of keeping myself small. But we can transcend it. We can move through this, surrender, and open up to the messages of our soul. Today, I've been given a message about my path, my life, loud and clear about getting visible, about recognizing the gifts that I bring forward because I take them for granted. I see this lots of times with my students. All right, as a healer, we do have this issue, right? We want to heal everybody else, but I do bring in big messages for myself, from the universe, and for my clients. Yet sometimes I think, oh, everybody can do this. You know what? We all have that unique blueprint that not everybody can do. And we can share these messages and move beyond, transcend, bump up against those victim energies, grow in the light that we have. And I know this is my work here on earth. I know that being on Mother Earth and being still and quiet and listening to the wind and bringing in the messages, that's where it is. Yet, like everybody else, I doubt myself. I doubt the work. Oh, I'm not any different than anybody else is. But where's that going to get me? That's part of playing the victim. So, the message for me and for you is about shining your light, letting those circumstances open you up to a bigger part of your own divinity and who you truly are. Not allowing the circumstances in your life to keep pushing you down, to keep you hiding, but to really open up and share the messages. Sometimes we look for validation out there in the world to hear what we already know within ourselves. But do we really need to have that validation? Isn't there a part of us that can open up to loving ourselves in a greater depth of who we truly are? So, one of the things I am really excited about coming up is my collaboration in this book with Freddie Silva in Portals, because it validated a part of me about my past, about my teachings, about the mystical part of who I am. Because we can be on Mother Earth and we can open up to these sacred sites and bring in these messages of our soul. So, what is your soul yearning to understand right now? For me, more about myself and how I am showing up in humanity right now. I took a vow to serve humanity, and it's not an easy vow to live up to. Sometimes I wonder, why did I even do it? But being who I am and moving out of that victim consciousness and opening up to an awakening beyond myself is a gift. I am entering into a new phase of my life, and part of it will be following the sacred energy of Mother Earth, finding these portals of energy, finding the messages of past life that can help me move forward into present life, into the future work that I have coming up for myself. So, where can you let go of some of that victim energy? We honor it, we grow from it, but we don't allow it to define us for who we truly are. So, right now, in the world at large, and the messages of the cosmos and everything shifting around and transitioning into summer, we can feel less than who we are. Transitions make us a little uneasy, a little unsteady, even if it's just a seasonal transition. We can learn from those. But you might feel also too a little bit of that victim energy, unsure of yourself. What did spring bring me? How can I move into summer? But allow yourself to trust your own guidance. Be quiet, be still, pause a little bit, listen to the wind. What are those messages that you can bring forward to move out of that victim consciousness? So, one of the next levels is like empowerment and then surrendering to that so you can feel inspired and find that divinity, the divine light that runs through you, and open up to the work that you have in front of you. It's not about following everybody else. It's about being visible to your soul, allowing those messages to come through. So, one of the messages I shared in the story that I collaborate with Freddie Silva in the book Portals, Energetic Doorways, is about how grief can attach to us and how moving through this energy allowed me to release the grief in my life, to learn those beautiful lessons and bring that wisdom forward so that I can show up in the world wholeheartedly, full, alive, and empowered to do my work. So, big messages coming in right now. Don't need to look for outside validation as we start to move through this transition into a new season. Notice your growth. Maybe not everything has worked. That's okay. Give yourself credit for trying and step forward on your path, feeling the light shining in you. Listen to the guides coming in. They're around us, the angels, the guides, your higher self. But we do have to slow down and tune in. So notice for yourself those levels of consciousness. Are you living the victim? Are you allowing yourself to surrender and to awaken to those next stages where you can act upon your intuition, where you can trust the messages of your soul? So pull a few weeds today if you want to put it into physical terms in the physical plane. Pull a few weeds so that you can allow your growth, your blossoming to open up as you move through this last part of the spring season. Notice what you notice. To your spirit.